Hello, my name is Parker.
Why are you making me record on back-to-back weekends, dude? I have other hobbies.
I don't know, Ned. Why might we be recording a special episode for June 13th?
It's like 11 p.m. on Sunday. Can you just tell me?
It's Ralph McQuarrie's birthday. Famed Star Wars concept artist Ralph McQuarrie. It's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Ralphie!
Okay, fine. And I'm Ned.
And this is The Force Unlimited, yet another Star Wars Unlimited podcast. And dear listener, this is a special episode. Like I said, it's Ralph McQuarrie's birthday. Ned, we have got to talk about previews. There were some really good ones this week. We had Endless Legions, which I'm crazy pumped about, the Timmiest of Timmy cards. We had the Darksaber. I need to explain to you what the Darksaber is. Okay, so during the Clone Wars on Mandalore...
Okay, hold on, Parker. We've been over this. We don't talk about previews on the show.
That's right, that's true. However, when we decided to start making The Force Unlimited, you and I signed a best friends, make a podcast, and don't lose sight of what's important friendship contract. And
how could I forget
the
right BFMAPADLSWIFC?
Yes, and you signed it.
Yes.
And I would like to direct you to Article 5, subsection 4, paragraph 6, which states... under the moratorium on exceptions to the moratorium on preview discussions, list item 4, which says previews given to us by Fantasy Flight Games. We are allowed to show those on the show. Those are allowed. So, lawyered. Let's talk about the previews, Ned.
Accept it. Okay, fine. We can talk about the previews. So, Xander sent us 2 cards.
Wait. Before we get into this, Ned.
Okay.
So, in our Best Friends Make a Podcast and Don't Lose Sight of What's Important Best Friendship Contract, there are also a number of clauses about not being slaves to the algorithm, right? Like, this is what we're doing. It's just you and me. We're being our natural selves. And so I just want to take a moment. I like to go on the bully pulpit and say how much I loathe when content creators get previews and then set their YouTube videos to premiere mode just to juice the algorithm, make everybody watch them live. It's disgusting. It's shameful. I don't even have a word to express how much I hate it.
It's the worst.
It is. Hold on. I know there's a word for just how much I hate it, and I'm going to find it. Give me a moment.
Okay. All right. Take your time. Anytime you're ready.
No. It's fulsome. That's the word I'm looking for. It's fulsome. That means disgusting and shameful, but also copious and abundant, which I think really sums up just how, terrible a practice is. It's fulsome. All right, Ned, let's talk about some previews.
Hold on. Can you think of what cake, earth, onion, and plywood have in common?
Ooh, connections. They all have layers.
Layers. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense. All right. Let's do it. Let's talk about those preview cards.
Okay, let's do it. First up, we've got Unlicensed Headhunter.
Yes.
That is a 2-cost aggression card. It is 3 power, 2 hit point unit, Underworld Vehicle Fighter, Space Arena. It has Saboteur.
Yep.
While this unit is exhausted, it gains Bounty, heal 5 damage from your base.
It's the anti-aggro card. Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. The stats are very aggressive. I mean, to harken back to Ned math, we've established that 3/2 for a space unit in one aspect typically costs about 3. And so this is 1 cheaper, and it has a keyword, Saboteur. Saboteur is maybe not the most exciting keyword in the universe, but if you're trying to get damage across, that's great. But it has a drawback, and if you are playing an aggressive aggro strategy, or an aggro strategy and aggression, that's a better way of terming that. you have to be really careful with that. Like, I like that the bounty's not always on. That if you're playing like a really go wide strategy or a strategy where you can take a lot of actions productively, you can try and time the attack with this so that after your opponent has had a chance to kill it. But it feels like you're playing with fire, right? Like
I don't think that's what you're doing with it all. This is the most aggressively powered 2-cost Space Arena card we've seen yet in any set. So,
except for
Green Squadron A-Wing gets up there on attack.
Yeah. I was thinking of the pirated starfighter, or the one that bounces. The
That's
cunning
a 2-4.
unit.
Sorry,
it's a 2.
That's
it's 2/4 raid 1. Yeah, 2/4 raid 1.
Okay, yeah. But again, there are ones with raid, but this has a natural attack of power of 3.
Yes,
and it's useful on defense as well. You know, you can't work around it. And I think this card exists for a red control archetype that doesn't care about giving health in the first couple turns of the game. This is using to move around, lane dodging. I think its strength is there. I feel like it has the potential to be good because again, 3 attack on defense, right? Like
it's good.
Is pretty good. It's the best we've seen yet. You just have to be playing a deck that doesn't care early on about doing damage to base. It cares purely about establishing board control, and then, by the time you actually do care about that 5 health, you just don't play it. You resource it, right? Or in a discard strategy. So,
interesting card. I mean, I like that they're trying to establish that the aggression aspect is not necessarily aggro only, which has been shown with Vader Blue, and I think a couple of other decks.
I wonder if there's a cycle, because and we'll find out in the next couple of days if there's more of it, but we've seen now 2 cards, the 3/5 that gives ramp bounty and green, of giving the thing that the color cares about, right? So green is the color of ramp, so give your opponent ramp. Red is the color of do direct damage, so heal your opponent. I'm wondering if we see ones for blue and yellow that similarly, the bounty is a very pushed unit whose bounty is do the thing that you don't usually want to do in this color.
So like ready resources for yellow and mill for blue.
I mean, we saw that with Dr. Amazon, but that just feels like thematic, and because he's so pushed as a 3/3 shield for 3. All right, our second preview card tonight is Swoop Down. It is a 1-cost yellow cunning tactic. It is an event that says attack with a space unit. It gains Saboteur and can attack ground units for this attack. If it attacks a ground unit, it gets +2/+0, and the defender gets -2/-0 for this attack.
That's a lot of words. Yeah, it's a lot of words on a combat trick.
As we noted earlier this week, the cards are getting wordier. It is a lot of words for a combat trick. To mostly just say, attack whoever you want. 4-point swing, right? You can attack, I think, with kill a lot, survive a lot with that kind of 4-point swing for 1 cost, and plus the Saboteur. This feels like this answers a lot of questions in the right meta, in the right deck, at the right moment.
Yeah, I'm thinking, what am I excited to play this on, right? Like Restored Arc Fighter, I think I would feel good playing this on a Restored Arc Fighter on turn like 3 or 4 to swing into something on the ground that I needed to clear up. I
really feel like this is more. I feel like a lot more cards in Shadows that have these kind of passive abilities or action abilities, where if you don't deal with them reasonably quickly, it allows the game to snowball. We've also seen a lot more Shield. We've seen a lot more Sentinel. So I feel like this is less about I want to do something sexy with this space attack unit, and more like this is Yellow's form of permanent removal, right? One of the few things Yellow doesn't do well is permanent removal. It bounces, it delays. This is, I think, really as close as Yellow gets to permanent removal. It requires a Yellow space unit, but again, that +2 on attack with Saboteur allows you to solve a lot of problems. The -2 on the defender's attack means there's a better chance your unit's going to defend, survive. It just requires for a cross lane, but again, I feel like your opponent having something in the ground lane is not something that's going to blow your mind.
No, I think that you would be surprised, especially in a lot of normal environments. Like, unless there is a very unusual deck coming all around. If it was the reverse, like, I don't know, jetpack launch or something, where you're having a ground unit attack a space unit, I could see that showing up less. But if you're playing space units and you feel like you want to attack the opponent, the opponent's units, this makes a lot of sense. I will say, kudos to having Saboteur on it. I think that is mostly trinket text, but I think the point of it is to avoid having to consult the matrix of what I can attack with my space
in the ground.
Yeah. What's the name of that? The 3/4 yellow unit.
Strafing gunship. Yeah,
Thank you.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
yeah.
I mean, I've literally made that matrix for my locals. I think that's part of it. I also just think that unit-based attack removal doesn't work if the defender has shields or sentinel. So this is ensure whatever it is you need to get rid of right now in yellow, you can permanently get rid of. So
if you have a reasonably statted space unit, which is, it feels like enough caveats to be willing to give that to yellow. So big thank you to Fantasy Flight and Xander.
Yeah, absolutely. I think every content creator hopes for previews that are on brand, be they their favorite Bad Batch character, a Wampa, a Jawa. And so I want to say, hey, we're getting to live that dream because Xander, thank you for giving us 2 cards that are pretty interesting, which is very much on brand for us.
Mm-hmm. Unassuming on their face, but worthy of thought and discussion.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, if you'll excuse me, dear listener, I'm going to head over to the KTOD Discord and get roasted for our takes.
Thank you. Thank you for being the sin eater on this. I'm too delicate a flower.